What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to U.S. True Crime. Today we're going to be talking about the disappearance of Morgan Harrington. This one's another chilling story I have to share with you guys today. It's about a young woman and her tragic disappearance and the decades-long search for justice. This is the case of Morgan Harrington, a 20-year-old college student from Virginia whose life was cut short the most horrific way. The night of her disappearance, she was a bright, energetic young woman at the University of Virginia studying art history. On October 17, 2009, Morgan went to a concert at the John Paul Jones Arena in Charlottesville, Virginia. It was a Metallica concert. She had been looking forward to this concert for weeks. But during the show, she was separated from her friends. She was locked out of the arena after she went to the bathroom, and when she tried to re-enter, security would not let her back in. That was the last time anyone saw her. Her friends and family began searching immediately, but it wasn't until the next morning the authorities were called. A massive search was launched and the FBI even got involved. But for weeks there was no sign of Morgan. Her disappearance became a mystery, and her families were left in complete anguish, holding on to hope that she would return home safely. Months had passed. In January 2010, over 3 months after her disappearance, a hiker discovered Morgan's remains in a remote area just outside of Charlottesville. She was found on a farm miles away from the concert venue. This was devastating to the families, but this was only the beginning of the journey to uncover the truth. Authorities soon confirmed that Morgan had been murdered, but they didn't know who was responsible. For years, the investigation remained stalled, but in 2014, there was a major breakthrough. DNA evidence collected from Morgan's body matched the DNA of a serial rapist who had been attacking women in the area around the time of Morgan's murder. This connection pointed to Jesse Matthew, a man who had been a suspect in other unsolved cases. Matthew was eventually arrested and charged with murder, like he deserves it. The evidence against him continued to mount, and it became clear that he was not only responsible for Morgan's death, but also other attacks on women in the area. In 2016, Jesse Matthew pled guilty to the abduction and murder of Morgan Harrington, and he was sentenced to life in prison. This is a small ounce of justice for Morgan's family, who had waited years for closure. But it was also a bitter reminder of how a young woman's life can be taken so senselessly. Morgan Harrison's story is one of hope, heartbreak, and justice. It's a reminder that no matter how dark the journey may be, the truth will eventually come to light. What do you think about this case?